Привет, друзья! Как дела? My name is Fedor. Welcome back to our 50 words per week series, A2 level words. We have done 2 already, and this is a good start. A2 is not a simple level. I think that A2 is a level where you cross that line between just a beginner and just, basics of Russian to communicating on a lot of different topics. So keep this up, and by the end of this video, you will know 150 words of A2 already. That's a good start. But make sure that those words are in your memory for a long time, not just like for a week or for a couple of days, even. So have a certain practice routine to where these words will stick in your memory for a long time. We can help you with Be Fluent with the first link in the description. You will find a vocabulary page where you can add all of these words to your vocabulary and then practice them with our exercises. We have a system for you guys to ensure that these words will be in your memory for a long time. So that can be a good helping thing. If you have your own routine, that's also great. Just have something that ensures that you don't forget these words tomorrow. But now let's get right into this. We still don't have a specific category of words. The first 6 videos will be top 300 words of A2, most common ones. So we went from something very common to less and less common as we move to lesson number 6. Okay? So now these are also extremely common out of the whole A2 level. Let's get into it. First, верить. Верить is to believe. Верить. This can be to believe a person, but also to believe in God. Next, чувство. Чувство is a feeling or a sense. Чувство. You can sense something, you can feel something. Немного means a little. Немного. We had несколько before. Немного is for unquantifiable things. Немного. Немного воды, a little bit of water. Next, сильный. Сильный means strong. Сильный or powerful. Разве. Разве is used in questions. Perhaps or is it not true? For example, разве ты не уехал? You didn't leave yet. Разве in this sentence will mean something like, I thought you left, did you not? So разве is one of those words that are not going to be directly translated. It's mostly to show that what you thought is not the same as the reality of the situation. So разве is more so, is it not true? Next, становиться. Становиться is to become, становиться. Rarely it's used with the meaning of to stand on something, to get up on something. Let's say it's a stair, like stairs, right? So you get up on the first stair. That's not really how it's used more frequently. It's used like to become or to be something. Огонь is fire. Огонь also is a slang word for that's awesome. Огонь. Смочь is to be able or can. Смочь. And смочь is perfective aspect. Мочь by itself is imperfective. Next, наверное. Наверное is maybe or probably, and sometimes you can see this spelled as наверно without the ye at the end because it's so conversational. Sometimes we drop the ye at the end. Угол is either corner, like a corner of the room, угол, or angle, the angle that you approach something from. Maybe it's an angle mathematically, also is угол, or angle of the camera, also is угол. Next, происходить. Происходить is to occur or to happen when some event happens. Происходить. Дерево is a tree. Дерево. Очередь is queue or line. Очередь. Встать в очередь, to get in line, is a great phrase too. Forma is either form or shape. It can be like a geometrical form, like a square or a triangle. That's also forma. But we can talk about our physical shape as forma as well. Домой is home, but домой is a direction. I have a translation here, homeward. So it's when you go to home, like that. It's a direction. Услышать is to hear something. We had слышать as to hear more like a sense, to hear. Услышать is to hear something as like one-time occurrence. Я тебя услышал. I heard you. like that. So just simply a change of aspect from imperfective to perfective. Кричать is to shout or to scream. Кричать. And notice how I say this ah. Now let's talk about a bit of the pronunciation. We are talking about words enough. As you're learning vocabulary, it's also important to know how to pronounce them. And I hope that you're repeating after me, because number one mistake of all learners when it comes to pronunciation is the wrong stress. Let's say this word кричать. Кричать, everybody would understand you. But if you say кричить, what are you saying? It's a new word almost, especially if you say it fast in a sentence. So make sure that as you're learning these words and as you're practicing them at home, that you pronounce them. Let's say tomorrow you want to practice these words. You will forget some of the stresses. You will misstress them. So make sure that in your learning practice that you pronounce these words and you put the proper stress on the words, like this word кричать. And also the second point is this ah. Whenever we have a stressed ah, give it some freedom. Let that word fly. Кричать. Kind of let it go. Кричать. Don't restrict yourself and say кричать, кричать. That would not be beautiful and maybe even hard to understand. So кричать. Open your mouth a bit more on the ah sound. Same with часто. Часто is often or frequently. Часто. Сначала is firstly or at first, when something happens, when you do something first, and then you do something else. Ветер is wind. Ветер. Лучший is best, the best. Лучший. Поехать is to depart, to go somewhere. And ехать as a stem means to drive, so you're going somewhere by a vehicle. Поехать. It doesn't have to be a car, it can be even a bike. Поехать. Okay? Next is единственный, the only or sole. Единственный. Единственный шанс, the only chance. Государство is state or government. Государство. Вперед is forward or ahead. Again, it's a word of direction. You can talk about where you're directed with this вперед. Едь вперед, go straight. Next, река. Река is a river. Река. Добрый is kind. Добрый. And it's a very common word to talk about a person. Добрый. And you can also sometimes talk about facial features as добрый. When you see a person that just looks kind. Добрый. Речь is speech. Речь. The way you talk, the way you pronounce words is all речь. Speech. Море is sea. Море. Зал is hall or audience. Зал. So imagine you have a concert hall, right? You have the stage and then you have the audience. Зал would be that audience. Also, зал can be a living room, like a big area where people are. We can also refer to that as зал too. Another, more like a slang meaning of it is gym, зал. Because full name for the gym is тренажерный зал. And sometimes when you work out, you don't want to say this тренажерный зал. You just say зал. Of course, within a certain context, this is going to be easy to understand. So, yeah, зал. Next is ясно. Ясно is either when it comes to the weather, when it's clear, when there's no clouds, that's ясно. But also you can refer to you understanding something as ясно. Let's say your friend is telling you, hey, let's meet over here at 6 p.m. You say, ясно, got it, understood. Okay, next, легкий. When something is light in weight or easy in difficulty. And also notice this g. It's not pronounced as легкий. It's pronounced as легкий. As if this g is h. Okay? Next is бывший. Бывший is former or the latest one. Бывший is something that was there before the current one. Бывший. We can also refer to our exes as бывший for the guy or бывшая for the girl. Ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend. Okay? Писатель is a writer. Писатель, of course, comes from the stem писать, to write. Next, проходить. Проходить means to pass through, to go through, проходить. Or it can also mean to complete some sort of action or some sort of course, проходить. Maybe it's in the game where you have certain levels of the game. To get through one level would be проходить. Next, план. План, of course, is a plan. План. Около is near or nearby. Около. Широкий is wide, or широкий is wide. Широкий. Небольшой is small or not big. Literally, не, not, большой, big. Not big, небольшой. Центр. Центр is a center. Центр. Встреча is a meeting. Встреча. This can be a meeting between two people on the street. It can also be a business meeting too. Встреча. Однажды. One day or once. Однажды. This word is used a whole lot in books. I can say однажды вечером. One evening. So yeah. Чистый is clean. Чистый. Президент is a president. Президент, the same exact word as in English, just pronounced a bit differently. Худой is skinny or lean. Худой. If you're talking about a person, then that's skinny. Худой can also be kind of like a negative thing when talking about, let's say, animals. If you have like a lean animal, that can be a bad thing in farming, for example. Худой. Враг is an enemy. Враг. Счастье is happiness. Notice this first с ч. I don't say счастье. I say счастье. As if it's spelled like this with the sh there. Счастье. Старший is eldest or the oldest. Старший. Старший is also used to describe a person who is like an elder in a group. Старший. Sometimes we can also describe our siblings. Старший брат, older brother. У меня есть старший брат. I have an older brother. Next, картина. Картина is a picture or a painting. Картина. Yeah, simple enough. And finally, улыбаться. Улыбаться means to smile. That is all. 50 words for today. Super useful, as you can see. These words, you may not see them in every single conversation. That was A1 level words. With A2, they're a bit more rare in our expressions. But to smile, улыбаться, picture, painting, картина, all of these words are extremely useful nonetheless. So keep on learning and keep on expanding your vocabulary. Vocabulary will be the key to your better Russian. Practice it more with us, with this button right here, or with the first link in the description, or keep on watching our YouTube videos with this next one. It's up to you.